Welcome back, everybody, to the NECC. The action just keeps going all night, and that's why I love it here. And you know, one more reason why I love it here, it's because this lovely human being next
Oh,
to me, Foof, is joining us to cover it all.
what's up, Grant? And hello, NECC audience. It's week 5. We're back here for some more action. We're taking a little bit of a run here. And so, obviously that break was a little bit longer. We lost the stream. I broke some things in the back. That's why the door is semi open, but it's fixed. Everything's going. So I think everything's going to be going well. We have Baker University Esports going against Buena Vista University. So exciting 4-0-4-0. Somebody continues that hot streak and someone falls with that first loss.
It's going to be great because you got two perfect teams, I guess you could call. Well, I guess Baker University has dropped 2 games, unfortunately, but you still have that series record intact. It's almost the story of the perfect hitter versus the perfect pitcher. So it's all about seeing, like you said, which one falls, because one has to. You can't have both teams on top, but Dylan wants to change things here as Jewel, another shot off the crossbar already for BVU. Dub Tizzle with a carry, and it's not enough to quite get into the offensive zone. I love how just back and forth it is already. Both teams punching each other in the face with whatever they got.
Well, as you might have heard, almost all of it going. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. We can't even do the starting lineup. Sky wants to go ahead and break this one open with a beautiful touch there off the pass from Dilson.
That's disgusting. The ground pinch, no one can see that coming. You just don't. You cannot predict that. You don't expect them to land on it like that and send it an entire other direction. That's incredible execution from Sky. Wonder if they could ever do something like that again. A spectacular start to game 1 in our 5th series of the day, as Jewel taking over, setting one to the backboard, easily picked up, and Dub also easily dunked. Really trying to make their way out of the half slowly here are Baker University. Jewel not letting up the pressure quite yet. Another clear from KMBC9 News. We'll call him something for the meantime.
Well,
that's a little shorter, but Dub Tizzle says that time's up 1-1.
Get a little bit of a long order here. KMBC9 News dropping the dish down to the Dub Tizzle, and it goes all the way home, Grant. A minute 15 off the clock, but we're back where we started, 1-1 all notched up.
And I love it when we get back here as well. It's almost like a game of rock, paper, scissors. I don't know why exactly my mind is drawn to that analogy at all. In fact, no idea whatsoever. So just pretend I didn't say rock, paper, scissors and instead said a best of 5 Rocket League game, because that is what is on your screen. No time for analogies, but time for shots, as that one's off to the post. Jewel with a flick, picks boost up. News is there. Sky with another touch of their own. Will blocking. Dub picking up, throwing to the sidewall. Jewel wants the catch. News down low. Catches themselves. Gotta get over a couple. And that solo play is not going to work out when you're faced with multiple defenders. You're going to have to do some quick cuts. You're going to do that fancy footwork and make those teams watch out for what you're putting down on the table. But one shot coming down, blocked easily away by News. No team can really penetrate through this defense when they are going on it.
Well, it's really not consistent attacks, Grant. They're taking chances and they're putting a touch on the backboard, but there's no second and third chance opportunities. Sky with that long clear, but Dub is ready to stop it. That's not the one he wanted, though. Dilson throws it towards the backboard, trying to find something. Gets a double commit there coming from the blue side, but Dub able to catch it back in time and give his teammates time to push it back out to midfield.
Sky trying to flick it backwards. Dub with the touch over. Will picking it back up in the defensive end. Sky coming right back for it. They had the space, they had the time. Now Dylan clearing space. Not quite a seam open yet. Jewel over the top. Defense, really fluid looking defensive rotations. Although Sky's a little awkward on the carry up to that. Jewel sends long into the enemy half of Baker. Will 50 down low. Jewel has a pass to midfield.
What a pinch!
Oh my goodness, indeed an incredible pinch on the offense.
Just caught in an awkward spot there. Jewel able to get past one, brings it out to his teammate, and Dilson ready to follow it up. He was the assister. Now he's the assistee on that one, Grant.
Oh, that's something you just love to see. I don't think there's any other way to put it. You just simply love to see it. It's beautiful, it's satisfying, it's amazing. You get stuck between a rock and a hard place, and then you put the rock between two hard places of a car, and you get a nice pinch along the way. BVU taking their lead back where it belongs, or so we think. Dub Tizzle pushing downfield, bump in the front, couldn't quite get it. Now it didn't allow Dub the time to break open that shooting lane. News has a touch in the corner, still carrying. It's up and uncontested. Will's there quicker. Dylan low on boost is not going to be able to make the stop, and that lead might just be coming back to Baker.
Just an unfortunate touch there coming from Not a Jewel. Will climbs the ladder, and it's Dilson just staring up, and really just a penalty shot-esque situation, and all of that net and just a little car to try and stop that goal.
And back to the kickoff, all even up. Off the sidewall, Will is there. To the Sky Jewel, also for the contest. Dub Tizzle coming around, has a shot, wants to lean into this one, almost got the fake, but News was able to stop that from going midfield. Sky as well, clearing to the sidewall once more. News back in. It's a battle for possession in this corner. No one wants to give, although Baker did first. Will off the sidewall. Dylan clearing, and no one can really put anything on target for BVU. Although I might be eating my words. Yes, I will be, because mostly it was Baker, just their defense lacking.
Well, Jewel once again getting into this corner and finding a way to get it out. First, he gave it to Dylan on the immediate handoff. This time, it's the soft dish finding Dilson. Once again, just crashing on that corner of the goal box. It's another pass, another goal, and this is another lead here for BVU.
I think right now this is the definition of a slugfest. It's very even-paced, back and forth. You have one punch to another, and it's one another. A hook, a punch, a jab, all of the above. And both teams continue to exchange blows. Sky exchanged that one for a clear. Will coming in on the empty space. News is up, has the pass. Jewel preventing the lane from opening. Will up to the backboard, needs to clear a demo and was unable to. Back to the midfield, Dub Tizzle carrying it up. And you really see a struggle to produce much at first for Baker. They almost got by. Defense still holding strong. It's a very slow-paced match, but you got to pick up the speeds now. 2 seconds on the clock, needing to keep this ball alive. Dub Tizzle has it on top of their car and got dunked immediately by a BVU defender. That's the end of game 1, and it goes to BVU.
BVU once again coming out to a very strong start. You know, they've looked impressive this entire time. So 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Starting this series 1-0 is probably not exactly unexpected from them, but coming out and doing a great job. That is 7 shots to only the 2 of BU. So you want to see them continue to find the pressure, continue to find the shots. And then if you flip pitches towards that blue half, you look at Baker. You guys had a couple of shots. You made it happen. That was 100% shooting. If you do that, you have a hard time losing. But your offensive opportunities were limited, Grant. They couldn't find multiple chances to try and put it on the back of net and pressure.
I think there was perfect team play, because not only did they have that 100% shooting accuracy, but they also had KMBC9 News getting 2 of the assists and also 2 of the saves. But unfortunately, with 7 shots, you can see how that one gets a little grim pretty quickly. But Baker is playing perfect offensively, just needs to tighten up the defense a little bit more. And like you said, if you can keep up that 100% shooting accuracy, absolutely do so. I think we would all wish for that for ourselves, and Baker's definitely wishing for it here. Wants to end this perfect streak that Buena Vista have been carrying with them. They've gone, I believe, 12-0. They are yet my second undefeated team that I'm casting tonight. Listen, I'm bad at math, Foof, but I'm glad I got it right this time around. Listen,
13, technically.
3 times, yeah, 3 times 4. I can't even do it with my hands anymore. But what I can tell you is easier math, and that's a 5 on the scoreboard. Except not anymore. 3 seconds already expired, and we're into game 2.
Well, Dub Tizzle with a chance here. BVU wants to find a double. The shot on Sky. Ooh. Not there. BVU bending the knee early to that quick pressure off of the kickoff. Not even 12 seconds in, and it's a 1-goal lead for BU.
It was good rotations, except for the fact that Dilson wanted to get involved too quickly. Didn't respect the space as much as they should have in that particular situation. Camping back post would have given them the better opportunity to make that save. There was nothing really they could have done better, just needed to make the contact. Sky finding themselves out of the play. Jewel in the back has to carry alone over the top of News. That just works out, and I don't quite know how, Foof.
Well, that's just saying Jewel had the better angle. KB Sinu's right spot, Will in the right spot, but that touch just sneaking it. Usually you expect the power on those touches that bounced it back down. That would give Will on the backward a chance. Just that soft touch to just slightly bury that one in. It equalized this game up. And not even 30 ticks off Grant, and we're already tied back up.
Will off the ceiling, had nobody home, but made sure there was room to break open that lane first. News is gonna find it off the hood of a defending car and take Baker's lead.
Don't get it twisted. Will opens the door with that demo, turning it into a 2-on-2 power play, understanding that he has the advantage, has the boost, and has the pressure. KBC9 News puts it on, forcing the defender to make a touch, and that's another goal here.
Jewel getting the pinch out to midfield as well. Will taking it off the sidewall. Great clear from Sky as it goes up to the sky. That's a shot on Dilson's there. As a clear down midfield. Will, oh, they should have had that. That's going to throw some things off for Baker. Dub midfield. News clears. Jewel waiting to catch back, taking their sweet time. Plenty of boost to work with, not the positioning. No touch from the incoming offense. That's going to buy them some time. Sky getting in the way as Dilson wanted more of it. And they might just get more of it if they're quick enough. They are. They still have that 50-50 to win out. As News lobbing one midfield. Dub Tizzle's up for it. Couldn't quite get the light touch. They wanted to put it down. And Baker's still holding the lead, but would have loved to carry a 2-goal lead instead.
Well, right now, it's been a couple of double commits that have hurt BVU on the defensive end. And I'll be honest, Baker has taken full advantage of it every time. This is why the assault is unending. This is why Will is in midfield with no one there, Grant. Look, Sky goes up. Dilson and Jewel both in the same corner. There is no one in that, and it's another goal.
Oh, that's so painful. Jewel not only went for the boost once, but did it twice. You committed a cardinal sin of defensive rotation twice. You had to rotate back post and at least give your team a chance. And I think that could hurt Buena Vista a ton if we see that keep up. But Baker, this is the perfect team to play against Buena Vista. There is only one team that could do it, and it's Baker. With how perfect they've been playing, they've been getting at least one goal per every couple shots. They're starting to lose some of that shooting accuracy, but the fact that every single player has a shot on goal proves that consistency. It's super impressive,
what a
just
save.
like that double was, and the rebound. It's a receipt given to Dub Tizzle for 4-1 Baker.
Well, you know, a save is one thing, a clear is another. KMBC9 News was trying to make a highlight touch for that double, but can't find it. Dub Tizzle just able to stay in the play and gets that cleanup goal. It is a 3-goal lead right now because Baker University running away with game 2.
Certainly seemed to be running away with it after Buena Vista just barely edged out with that 1-goal lead. If this keeps up, Baker will end that perfect long-running undefeated streak of Buena Vista. KMBC9 News running into Sky. Big, long clear. Will awkward back in the corner. I don't know if they've got the boost, though. They certainly don't. Big, perfect drop down to Sky for Buena Vista.
Will losing just enough control there and ends up handing it off to Jewel. Jewel finding this one to sneak into his teammate. Literally right in the middle of the goalie box, Grant. When you have that kind of shooting opportunity, it's hard to miss those, and taking advantage of it is what a good team does, and that cuts into this lead down to 2.
Well, if we see this team keep up, like I said, stakes are high. Buena Vista really need to produce a bit more for themselves. We saw Dilson real involved in the last game, and they kind of dropped out a bit here. Only 1 save to their name, but they need to put up those main stats a bit more. They're not playing as efficient as they would like to as they rotate into the backside, leaving for Sky. Also leaving themselves as a passing option. It's over their head, unfortunately, leaving one back. Will's there, carrying, looking for the double. Got it midfield again. Dilson clears long. Dub Tizzle on the race back in retreat and puts it midfield. Will got it over. This is looking pretty good for them. The flick, oh, they're getting too spicy with these passes. Both of these teams, they're looking for those connections, and it's the way they got to play, but they're just missing out on that consistency aspect. News has to dodge a demo as this is one shot for Dills, and yes, sir, there is no world I see that not working.
Well, Dillison once again on the receiving end. They've been working on the left side so heavily, this time coming from the right, and KMBC, he's at that baseline expecting it to bounce, and it never does, and it buries itself into that net. It's 3-4 BVU on a furious comeback attempt.
Up and high to the ceiling. News finding Sky on the other end. Not who they were looking for. Will looking for a teammate, has to wait on the touchdown from Jewel. Dub couldn't get their fingers on it. News does. Sidewall, rebound, looking for the pinch. Unable to find it, that's too committed. Will waiting back. Dub had the challenge, forced out that touch. Will committed a little bit too late as Sky viciously pushing around. Nobody gonna be home for it. Low Dilson carries it. Will, long clear back the other way. And it's back to square one. Again, that big slugfest. These teams are so even. You see it back to that 1-goal game yet again, and you wonder, when is it all going to end? When is Buena Vista going to be able to come back on this? Maybe not now. Dub Tizzle could have just secured it for Baker.
Well, Sky trying to get the clear does not get much of anything. It was a trying to find that pass to clear, Grant, which is huge, especially as the games get faster and faster and those rotations are tighter and tighter. But this time, that rotation just tight enough on the offensive half to just sneak the interception and steal that goal. 2-goal lead here for Baker.
This 2-goal lead, like I said, probably locking it away, especially if Sky wasn't able to get to that one, but they do. Another shot opportunity blocked by Sky. Counterattack building the other way, low on resources and boost. Will taking it up, and that's enough time kill to secure the game. This is where the undefeated streak for Buena Vista will come to an end. They take their first game lost, but they are still in it for the series. Just a while to go as we're evened up and knotted up to 1 apiece.
This time, I mean, it was all offense all the time for Baker. They do exactly what I asked of them. They put the pressure on Grant. They found multiple opportunities. And once they had those attacks, folks, they weren't backing all the way off. They weren't running to boost. They were taking the second, third, and fourth opportunities, which is why you have 13 shots.
It's great offensive production. Baker just needed to take more of the shots. Literally, exactly our one request. And this has happened to me all day. I think every time we request something, these teams are starting to deliver, which really just shows you the caliber of skill that is here at the NECC Foof. I'm really liking what I'm seeing this season from teams and how they're able to adjust, how they're able to adapt, knowing that they know the utilities and the strategies that they have to bring to the table in order to take off these game wins. It's pretty comforting, to say the least, but you still got a series to play, so it's not quite over yet. BVU look to be struggling with some massive ping issues, although they have sorted themselves out. That got a little scary looking at the scoreboard. Hopefully, not going to be too much of a problem, as it doesn't seem to be. Defense already sending players forth in a pretty comfortable manner. Oh, well, I'm eating my words. Oh, I'm not just kidding. It's all a part of the master plan. As Sky saved Dylan out with the carry, looking for the dunk on Dub. Got it there. No one midfield. Lacking behind was Sky. And now Jewel doesn't want to lag behind anymore. Dylan catching the rebound off the fake from the Sky. I mean, pretty much literally, the Sky 1-0.
Well, a beautiful touch there as Jewel puts the pressure on, makes the defense move. Dub Tizzle trying to protect that near post, opens up the middle of the net. And I'll be honest, that's the meat of the net, and he do a great job of putting it there. It's 1-0 here for BVU.
Jewel is already looking to turn things around for Buena Vista. They haven't been able to. They've already got the assist. Everybody contributing in one of the major regions. Goals, assists, saves. Just need some more shots coming in on the offense because Buena Vista have kind of lacked in that department for a little while. News keeping that trend alive as they get the clear before it even comes towards the net. Double commit. Now Buena Vista showing first signs of panic. Another missed touch, leaving them vulnerable, possibly exposed in a little bit of time. Dub trying to desperately clear this one away as they need to hold on to just a 1-goal deficit. They don't need any more on their plate. They'd really like to even it up right now, and they're unable to. Sky missing out as well. Defense still panicking for Buena Vista. News caught off guard backwards. Will firing a
No,
shot,
sir.
can't sneak through. It's off the post and denied as the counterattack builds once more. Dylan's up for it, can't get past News. It's a brick wall on the defense as Baker's still looking for that equalizing goal.
Well, this time it's finally opened up here for the offenses still. Once again, BBU trying to find more pressure here, but they lose the ball now. Will doesn't have the beans to do it. He wins the 50. Hello, clear. Almost hello, goal. Will continuing putting the pressure on. KMDC up and high, and he puts it in, climbing the ladder, taking it from the top shelf.
Well, this is your story of the day. How about that pass from Will? But ooh, what an incredible read from KMBC9 News. That's one that people are going to remember for a while.
A big-time touch there and a big-time moment to equalize this game once again. It was just looking like BBU could start to put the pressure on and squeeze those precious boosts out of Baker, but that time breaking away, getting the big clear opens up, and now KBC going for it again, trying to find something here, but Dilson able to get the clear to midfield. Will returns with a volley of his own, so a bit of a tennis match right now as neither team wants to hold on to this for long.
Jewel playing it up the sky, already having these pass connections from Buena Vista. Will off the backboard, Dylan there off the rebound. Not gonna get a receipt on that. Sky pushing over to keep the pressure alive, and you see players do this a ton, shifting their momentum, trying to play that fast game, but look at that, you've already committed 2 people left, and you have 1 remaining on the backboard who's unable to do anything. Now the defense starts to panic for Buena Vista. They're really head over heels at the moment. Here comes News one more time, and it's way off to the side. You see the offensive production from Baker building, and they're looking to take back the lead and continue on. They'd love to end the series streak of Buena Vista and continue theirs.
Well, if you want to find one of your own, KMBC in control of it now at midfield. Beats 1. Demo coming through. Now Sky's got the open net. He hits the post instead. It was Big Sky country, and all he saw was no fly zones. It hits the post. No goal. Still equalized here. Just under 2 minutes. KMBC off the backward. Dub Tizzle finds the soft touch. It's a 2-on-1 power play, and it's a 2-1 goal lead.
I'd say they turned the defense inside out, but I think the defense turned themselves inside out. An unfortunate bump takes 2 out of the equation, which has been the problem for Buena Vista. Too many times have they seen 2 of their own taken out of the play. They've really got to watch the resources and watch each other. This panic on the defense, they're getting real antsy, and they can't play it calm and collected anymore. You just lost 1 game. You didn't lose the series. You don't got to worry this hard. You just got to go back to playing your game and find your groove again. I think they're starting to overthink things a bit, and that's causing massive, massive panic that might just cost them the game, if not the series in the long run.
I'm a bit in a different term. I think maybe you need to calm down and think a little bit more, because his double commits killed him in game 1, and then that one right there was a miscommunication, not talking on where you need to be. But Sky pushing into the corner where another teammate is. They just need to find their spacing once again. We do agree on that. They have to get back to their winning ways. For Baker, they're in control. They are just making anything happen at will. They play defense well. KMBC getting the stuff over 1. And now it's all 3 orange cards in a corner. Dub Tissel just watching the circus happen. He's going to get that clear for now.
For now, that might come back to haunt them in a little bit. News missing that one. Dub Tizzle all alone again, trying to hold on to this 1-goal lead for Baker, but it could be coming to an end. Dub Tizzle, great clear, but it's right in the hands of the attacker. That is an incredible save from News, as that is a clear from Dub Tizzle. Will trying to make do with what they've got. News as well. It's looking good so far. Buena Vista not letting up. They know they got 15 seconds to do or die. Will taking it out. Another shot on off the post. Couldn't be rebounded quick enough from Jewel, as they got a refund for their shot. Will clearing away. Jewel low on boost is going to need a miracle bang here. Got it past 1. News to beat, and it's killed down to the floor. Baker are 1 game away from ending the undefeated streak of Buena Vista.
A 2-1 finish, Grant, to give themselves a 2-1 lead, and that goal came off of a 2-on-1 power play. I gotta say, that's just their magic number right now. It's just simple caster math, but right there, Baker once again doing a great job of taking advantage of all of their shots. They had 10 compared to the 8, excuse me, of BVU.
That is offensive production, but it's very close. 10 to 8. Sorry, you mentioned caster math, and it kind of triggered me to, I mean, get mad, and then also just cry a little bit on the inside. I need to go back to elementary math is what I'm learning today, Foof. But offensive production is what we need to see a lot more of. And both of these teams have been head to head. Buena Vista.
Yep.
Again, though, the concerns on the defense. You need to tighten up the defense. You can't be panicking as hard as you were in that last game. And I know they know that, or they've got to know that, right? They know they're letting in goals. It's got to be a defensive mishap. You got to play your game. You are the better team on paper here. You gotta believe it. You're letting the other team get ahead of you, and this could cost you the series. You have to bring it back here, and I reckon if they do, Buena Vista could indeed. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say if they do, but this is a what if statement. This isn't actually happening. This, oh, nasty is all I gotta describe that.
Well, I mean, it's just a kickoff play where one team oversteps and the other's able to answer immediately into a 2-on-1 power play and another execution for Baker. Now, Dilson up, trying to find the touch. He's going to go off the backboard, getting the flip reset. Dub Tizzle has to read that one, you know, looking between the lines there. Dangerous play. Now Sky putting a crack shot on. KMBC can't get there. Sky from just about midfield got the old 9-iron out and wedges that one over.
We've got a game, is what I gotta say there. Put behind the back of the defender's Sky. Mwah! Chef's kiss on the placement. Again, another case of what do we like to see? That. Period. That's all I gotta say. Dub Tizzle went it off the sidewall, looking for another, couldn't squeak by. News trying to figure out the defense, waiting for a teammate to come in, and when they did, they got involved anyway, costing them resources. Dub got the touch out of the side, the 50 going up to Jewel to the ceiling. Dylan, one of the pinch down, got demoed for their efforts. Jewel just chasing on this ball as Dub's got a free shot, looking for the double, nothing to come of it. Still on the backboard, nobody there, and we are all tied up, remaining 4 minutes.
Now the ball back down in the corner. Dub Tizzle trying to beat Sky and does. Dilson has to find the clear. The ball bouncing out towards midfield. Both teams kind of posturing aggressively here. You want to see something? That's a double commit here from the blue side. Will credited with the shot, but Jewel has that save. Dub Tizzle to answer this long clear, and now it's a reply from Jewel. They're just playing catch at this point. KMBC in the corner. He has control, has the boost, but Sky reading it well. Dilson wants to try and find that shot, but just a bit too far right, and now Will setting up for the counterattack.
It is all methodical here. Will getting aggressive, knows how much it means to get a goal. Waterfall down. Dylan's awkward as somebody up. News is, and it's a drop down. Let's go. Look at that.
All I'm looking at is the teams colliding. Sky going past his teammates. Dilson and Jewel colliding on the far post. It means both players get washed towards the goal, and once again, I'll be honest, it's a comedy of errors on the back half, and it opens it up, and it very much hats off to Baker putting the pressure on and finding those spots.
That was just incredible awareness to be up for that. Oftentimes we see that second man lacking, especially in Buena Vista in this series. Baker, certainly no slouches when it comes to putting that second man forward and being prepared for any pass that comes to them. 3 minutes to go to hold on, though, as Buena Vista building. Here's what I'm talking about. That second man taking a while to get wrapped around, leaving plenty of time for Will to make that stop. The 50 in midfield. Sky still swinging around, looking to do something with it, but at this point, they're just trying to get touches on the ball to keep it in the half, and I don't know that it's working because it's not as strategic as we would like. It's not making any forward progress, but more so on the side to maintain possession until they run out of boost, but here they are doing a little bit better, it appears. Second man?
Still there.
That's the big question, though, Foof. Second man, where are they for Buena Vista?
Just rotate a little bit too far up, and now Dilson trying to find it. Denied once again. KMBC in control. Trying to find a touch here. He's going to get 50'd on. Just couldn't find that one, so Jewel is up. The tactical whiff me. Dub Tizzle given so much free real estate. The ball bouncing down. KMBC can't find it. It hit the post, but Dub Tizzle somehow, some way stays in the play and gets that one. So once again, it's a 2-goal lead for Baker.
Buena Vista got in the way, but there was an immediate free refund for Baker to turn into the net. And again, man, it just looks so good on that scoreboard. Everybody from Baker getting a piece of the fun and a piece of the net as well. I'm surprised that Baker have seen the results that they have. This team looks electrifying and on fire. As I say it, though, we're pulled within one. I'll get back to you later.
That demo was huge from Jewel. Dilson just needs to find enough of a touch to put it on, and that was so close. Will trying to do anything, just reaching, willing that Octane to make the save, but it's just a little bit too short. So, BVU biting back instantaneously, and now they're not done. Dilson trying to set up again, but Will ready and willing to make that stop there, if you saw what I did.
News off the sidewall. Dub Tizzle clearing long Dylan, stopping on the midfield. Will finding one heater up to the backboard. Jewel.
That's there.
Past everybody. This is going to be a tough wraparound, especially with Will waiting in the way. It's going to drop down off the ceiling. Dylan, no shot. Sky chasing it down. Will in pursuit. Running down the sideline, bringing it around. Sky is there. These two have just been dueling for the past 60 seconds, making sure that nobody's able to advance on the territory that they are forced to defend. 60 seconds to go. Buena Vista need this now. They're facing an undefeated streak coming to a loss. Will's trying to make offensive production and cannot do so. It's no runaway. We're still within reach. Just Sky smacking it away to the corner. Dub doing exactly the same. Sky was ready for it. Can't advance further. News clearing out. It's desperation off the sidewall. We got to be careful now. We could see Baker panic on the defense, but really all they need to do is kill time and maybe move down the field. They've got the defense that it takes to last 30 more seconds, but the pressure's building. Sky's there! Top shelf, and we're all tied up in game 4.
Thinking in the back of my head, Dilson's got it on his car. That Octane's looking for the pass, and he bounced it off the backboard, finding Sky, and that's the equalizer we were waiting for, Grant.
It certainly was. 25 seconds. I felt it coming. Once we saw that offensive runaround, that perimeter, we knew that something special was brewing. The defense looks great, but sometimes you get outplayed, you get outsmarted, and things don't go the way you initially set up for. 14 seconds to go. One goal could put this series on its back or extend it further for sure. We'll be seeing overtime if nothing comes of it. Jewel looking to have the last lap for Buena Vista. Dilson thought about it, but wasn't able to reach it. We're going to OT for the first time of this series, and is one golden goal away from deciding the fate of it.
These all have felt like golden goals that maybe the other team couldn't reply, but now it is truly who scores gets the final goal to win this one. Sky is up, but so are two of Baker's cars. They do not want to allow any of that to be there. Dilson trying to beat one, but a big-time denial there by KMBC. Ball bouncing back down. This is dangerous. Will's a little bit confused here, but he somehow gets there. Jewel, credit with a touch. Dilson off the backboard. Sky, that third man does not want to commit, so he doesn't push too far up.
And we're not seeing Buena Vista's second man commit either. That attacker, that striker, they're playing really reserved right now because they know it's on the line. Their undefeated streak, the series foof. They need to keep it alive though, and they're not going to get there by playing passive, putting no shots on net in overtime. 50 seconds into it. Sky trying to clear away. Dilson's got the better one. News putting it back. Sidewall. Somebody's got to be there. Almost contested by the defense. That was a real risky play, but perhaps the best they got. News is up, trying to put the dagger through, and was blocked by Dilson again. We've seen Dilson step up to the plate exactly when they needed to. A solid, just all-around good player. They're very flexible in their role, and that is what Buena Vista have at the advantage. Everything else seems pretty concrete for Baker.
I'll be honest, BVU right now is doing something that I don't usually see teams do, is they have an issue of keeping the ball on their hood. Sometimes you worry about teams who can't get those long clears. It feels like BVU's just relying on the dump and chase of just throwing it downfield and hoping we'll get some offense along
100%.
the way. I want to see them get some control, find a way to beat one-on-one, but KMBC trying to beat all three. He's going to be denied in the air. Once again, Baker starts the offensive attack and starts to squeeze as they look for more and more opportunities.
Oh my goodness, my heart stopped and everything stopped at that moment. Took the breath away from me, but the save kept this series alive. I hate every single time that ball passes in front of the Buena Vista net because we're always rooting for the storyline, that Game 5, to keep their undefeated streak alive. But it could come to an end if they're not able to do something about it on the defensive end. One person remaining. Sky is there. Good clear. Probably the best they could have gotten. Will catching it. Sky in pursuit with no boost, looking for a pinch, taking it dangerously back into their own half. Got bumped out of the way. Sky with the back pass. Jewel taking it around. Needs to touch upwards. Dub Tizzle shutting it down on the wall. News putting it to the side. And they've got room to work with now. It's a flick to carry it away and alleviate some of that pressure, looking to close the series out. Like we said, Baker are up 2-1. I don't like those defensive widths from Buena Vista. It almost makes you think that the end is near. News was there. Shot on and blocked by Dilson in the clutchest of moments.
Right now, neither team breaking. They're both bending, but no one able. This time, Stillisn, though, tries to find it, just rocketing that ball. There was a last defender there. Now Dub Tizzle in Rakan, just gonna push it back. So the tennis match finding its way once again, but this is Rocket League, people. We want goals, not volleys, not shots, not returns. We want a goal. So now the ball bouncing back down. Sky and company, a 3-on-2 attack, but Dub able to clear that one out, give his teammates time to rotate and get the boost, and now they want to find more offense of their own.
They need something here. One of these teams, one of these defenses has got to give at any moment. It's not going to be Buena Vista right now as they build back that offense. One to beat in the net. If they can get there quick enough, it's over the top. Dylan off the post. They weren't able to make it happen and close the series. Or not even close the series, but just keep it alive to keep it ongoing. We are almost a full game of Rocket League into this overtime, and somehow nobody has given an inch. Demo on the goal line. It could be here. Dub Tizzle saving the game away for Baker, taking a shot away as well. And we are 4 minutes in now. Will off the back wall. Demo. Sky got there quick enough to throw off the incoming shot. News, it's floating down. It's dangerous. We got to be careful right about now. You can't be panicking. Not at a time like this. They get it clear to breathe for a moment, but Dub's already back on it. It is only a matter of time. It's inches separating these goals. Another shot. Joel, are you kidding me?
Dub Tizzle had the door and it was slammed closed, but there he is. He will not be dying at third, but he put it off the post. Once again, Baker situating somewhere. Will with a long touch, but it's not on. That is a lot of orange cars just on this baseline. They are living dangerously, to say the least. Dummy sees it. There's nobody there. Jewel caught going for boost, and that means Jewel will be going to a loss because it's a 4-3 win to make it a 3-1 victory for Baker.
My gosh, not like this, bro. Baker College on top. Oh, that is pain. Spain with a silent S, Foof. That... You had it on lock. The defense was okay, but for 1 second, you thought maybe I should go get boost. And that's how it all comes to an end. Buena Vista's undefeated streak has come to an end, and it is Baker College ripping it away, keeping their streak alive, although we did learn that they are 3-1.
New streak.
But either way, certainly the underdogs, and BVU gave us a run for our money, certainly put on a show. That was perhaps one of the most enjoyable, if not the most enjoyable series I have ever had the pleasure of casting on the NECC, even though it didn't go to Game 5.
Well, it was a huge showing from both squads, and they both showed so many different ways of adapting to the game, trying to find new ways of scoring, because we saw an offensive onslaught in Game 1 from BBU. Baker, 2 shots, 2 goals. So it's like, oh yeah, they're really good at scoring when they can get opportunities. And ever since then, Baker was just pumping out opportunities. They were putting the pressure on. They were finding touches. Grant, they were looking for demos. I mean, it became almost a fist fight at that point.
It was. It had been a fist fight from the very beginning. It was back and forth, right hook. I was almost going to say left stomp, but that's not how things work. Left jab, just back and forth, exchanging blows. and it was just so good to watch. I am so glad I got to be a part of that, and hopefully the next series is going to be just as good because coming
Hopefully.
up next for our sixth match is going to be Peacock Esports versus New Mexico Tech, the Miners. I am looking forward to this game, and I certainly hope you are, Foof. You know, I know you are. I'm looking at the audience. Are you ready? We'll have to find out if you're here for it after this short intermission. What an incredible series we just witnessed for our
Yeah.
fifth match of the day. But it is on to the sixth match of the day. My name is Grant CFO, and joining me still in the booth for the last time, sad face, at least our last time for tonight. I am really excited for this one. This one has the potential to also live up to the same hype that we saw. Another pretty even team going head to head with
Mhm.
another even team. Foof, why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, let's be honest. We got a pair of 2-1 teams coming in here. You got Peacock Esports, excuse me. One win, then a loss, then a win, and now we're waiting for the results from Concordia, Wisconsin. So we'll know more about that later. And then look at New Mexico Tech Miners. They have a win, they have a loss, and they have a win. So both teams, as far as we know, are coming off of wins, looking to make this a little bit of a roll. And I'll be honest, you saw some NMT chants already happening in Twitch. So you know they're out here already in force. I am excited to see both these teams kick off and see who starts tonight with a very good foot forward.
You gotta love a good student section of support. Without it, what really is esports anyway? Without fans, I don't think it's anywhere near as fun. So always awesome, always welcome, always good, always
Hmm.
everything great to see already lined up in chat. We hope
Yes,
the rest of
sir.
the audience is hyped as these students are to support their teams because this one is gonna be another clash. Like we said, New Mexico Tech Miners against Peacock Esports of Upper Iowa University. We're off to a pretty even start. As we said, even teams. Expect this trend to continue on for a little bit until that first goal and that first blood comes through.
Well, NMT bringing in Dreadful Monkey, Loonster, and Hysteromania. Look at the Peacock. They got Clarence, Teppin, and Crupster. So a lot of high-powered names, a lot of high-powered offenses, a lot of high-powered cars. The demo already starting in Hysterio, trying to find the touch. It's down the Dreadful, but denied the dunk coming through. Hello, Tinpin has to get their Loonster. The cleanup, and NMT looking like TNT to start this game off.
If this isn't going to be a good series, I don't know what foreshadowing could be making that look like a good series. Loonster coming out with some heat already in the first 30 seconds. I love what we are seeing, and I honestly didn't expect it because I saw Hysteromania going up for some really ambitious touches that just weren't coming out to the success that they were obviously looking for. And it seemed like it might have gotten in the way a little bit, but Loonster certainly making the most of it and picking up the scraps to turn in that first goal and give the early lead to NMT. Now the ball back down into Peacock territory.
Now an opportunity arising as Hysteromania can't get their Loonster in control in that long Batmobile. I'll be honest, Grant, you know the times of the Batmobile terrorizing when it first came out. Every time you see that car, you get a little bit shifty because you got to play it those awful angles and this really strong touch that can get off the walls. And Dreadful trying to find one there as he comes rocketing in. Loonster has a touch here, using it to well, trying to find a touch, but Tinpin able to deny that for now.
I'll be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how the Batmobile is all black this time around. Maybe it's the new variation that's come around to the new Haunted Hollows event, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the new limited time mode, you should probably go check it out. It's reskinned Rumble, but I mean, that just makes it cool. The new map is sick. You love to see those limited time maps. They're always so much fun to play on because it's just something different. It's something different to freshen it all up, and we could be seeing something fresh, although Dreadful says no. Clearing it out, leaving for Hysteromania. They've got a long clear down the other side. And again, now I'm starting to wonder, okay, how did that Octane get blue? I thought new esports decals didn't allow that. I'm just confused. Decals are confusing. Cars are confusing. What's Carball? Rocket League?
You know what's not confusing? Put in the ball in the back of the net. Dreadful Monkey's throwing it up, and there's a Stereomania denied by Clarence. Tinpin has to play it slow. He's got no beans, but it's okay. A big-time touch there. The Stereomania trying it again. This time he won't be denied. No, he will! Crupster diving in all the way from their corner to keep it only a 1-goal deficit. The back pass maybe from Monkey, but I don't know if you want to see that one.
No, certainly not. I was expecting Tempin to get a little bit more involved, but you don't expect to see that. You don't like to see that. It's a little spooky when you clear it back to the net. You're like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't spook me like that. Don't play with my feelings. Clarence trying to clear this one away. Unable to. Crutster sending it long to Loonster. They backed off. Dreadful's got their own. Clarence again. Dreadful blocked by Tenpin, sending it deep into NMT territory. Loonster Looming downfield,
for
has an
Hysterio.
open net for Hysterio. They can't quite make it up. Loonster popping one more up. Dreadful's quick, but it's just a shot low, scraping the wheels of Tenpin as they try their counterattack. It's enough to get it going, but Peacock have got to continue. Krupster unable.
Well, now an opportunity rising. He's had a couple of really good opportunities and a lot of good looks, and a bunch of them they want back, but now Dreadful Monkey trying to find one here. Loonster waiting in the wing. Maybe they don't need him. He does. The long shot on, but Clarence able to stop that one. Hysteria dunked on there by Clarence. Is now the pressure coming back from Peacock. Near post play, it rolls up, rolling back down the middle. Tenpin is up, but so are the defenders diving to make that save, Grant. We are just stuck here at a 1-0 score line.
The 5 out of 8 shots that have been on target have been blocked by Peacock Esports, and I seriously don't even understand how it's happening. The shot is on, it looks good, and bang, Peacock defender.
Bang.
Out of nowhere, out of thin, yeah, exactly, out of thin air, bang. They just appear. They appear out of thin air. It's just like, where do they come from? I don't know. They're there, though, and they will block away another shot.
Oh, what a
40
touch.
seconds to go. Come on. That could have been the dagger for Dreadful Monkey and NMT, but they're just unable to get anything for it. Clarence sending downfield. That's off the sidewall. One of the touches you want to avoid on defense because it can get so dangerous so quickly. 30 seconds winding. Peacock looking for that first equalizing goal. They've had the defense to hold against this test. They've got offense, but it's quickly turned back around. 15, half of that 30 already gone. It's only a matter of time before this series is over. Needs to be scored. Krupster, 10 seconds.
Well, that one isn't over. You said it's a dangerous ball to put up there, and Tenpin throws it high. Loonster trying to read that angle, but Krupster daring him to reach out and puts it backside instead. So now we're locked up 1-1 here in game 1 with less than 10 seconds.
Still anybody's game at this point when it's all tied up like this. You hate to see this one go towards net if you're a Peacock fan. But I know the fans in chat certainly wanted to see that one unfold. Unfortunately, they got to wait till overtime and see if NMT are able to get this back up.
Well, now the ball bouncing back into this half. NMT denied once again as that clear is going to set up Krupster. Krupster in a one-on-one situation, but Batmobile doing Batmobile things. You just can't with that car sometimes. Winning the 50, but being delimitous there. Hysteria just waiting for his teammates to spawn. No, Loonster going for something special here off the backboard. Denied 2 players there. That's going to be a rocket the other way. Krupster and Tenpin, 2 cars, 1 ball, and it's a goal.
Did somebody start the Ferrari? Look at the speed on that ball. 75 miles an hour all the way to the other end. And Peacock steal one after a very prolonged regulation. They were able to find the equalizer, and now the overtime goal before 30 seconds. And it's kind of funny, the irony, because we saw New Mexico Tech find a goal in the first 30 seconds, but it's 30 into overtime that the game comes to an end. And oh boy, patience pays off and defense wins championships.
Well, it certainly isn't a championship or anything, but it's the first game, and Peacock does a great job of answering the call. I mean, let's be honest, nerves of steel from both these teams was when you go 4.5 minutes without scoring a goal and there is 10 seconds left and you're like, holy cow, it's still a 1-goal game, anyone's time. And Peacock doing a great job of answering it. Krupster, 2 assists coming off a Tenpin. That is the big thing that sets them up. So you want to see them start to find more opportunities for themselves. Or NMT, they had 10 shots? They were putting the pressure on. They just have to find a way to break through that defense, get second and third chance opportunities, and maybe those offensive things will start to click.
Certainly, I don't think I've got anything else to say about that. It was really just finding a way to penetrate that defense, and I guess it's just strategizing at this point. Yeah, you know what? That's all we got to say. Find a way.
Be the greatest
Pens
graphic
down.
of all time.
Just find a way. You know how inspirational a poster like that would be? Just like you see like a cat poster, like hang in there, but like imagine just find a way. Forehead, easy.
Well,
it's just that easy. Someone brand it. I'm telling you. Moneymaker poof.
Well, right now, the moneymaker attempt coming from Dreadful Monkey. You want to get that one, Loonster, putting the pressure on here for NMT. Tenpin Getting past the one, he's at midfield. Dreadful Monkey, the last man home as that ball rolls on the backboard. Corrupster's just waiting patiently, but Loonster, the near post rotation, was perfect at the time. Monkey able to get that one out. Now he's a one-on-none, but he can't catch up to the ball. That's another one in MT's just wanting back, but still deadlocked here. 0-0, never mind, Loonster, hello. But that post is unforgiving. Another save coming through, and MT just taking turns, putting shots on, but there is no goal to be had so far.
A spectacular shot, unable to make its way into the back of the net. Dreadful has to slow this down. Could have played it a little slower, a little smarter.
Oh, the
but
double?
You feel that pressure? No, the double commit's not going to work. It's not a pinch. It's a complete block of the shot that was incoming. Now Dreadful's starting to play more patient, give a couple more opportunities to New Mexico, but taking it back towards your net is not something you want to do. That's really dangerous. We talked about this a couple of times. Can't remember if it was on the side of NMT, but you can't be taking those back passes that dangerously close to your back net, and we already know that. Look out for those, because eventually somebody's going to catch on. Someone's going to watch. Where's that passing lane? Where's he trying to put it? And they're going to walk right on in front. It's going to be a very bad day for the defense.
So an interesting look there is all three cars just sitting on the baseline there for Peacock Esports. Whereas NMT's just trying to set up something. You want to move this defense around and not have them just sitting on all four tires. This Terramania's up. He's got the soft touch. Loonster climbing the ladder. That Batmobile's up, but it's off again.
No.
The crossbar just a bit too high. Tenpin now an answer, rushing it back towards his side. It's Terramania who has the save and keeps us locked 0-0. Both teams trading golden opportunities.
They certainly looked golden. Corrupster off the back wall has a shot. The defense getting in the way so quickly. Tension rising. Loonstar dunked by Corrupster. 10 pins there. It's not strong enough. They rushed it a bit too much, and they didn't have the angle of their car, but they got the angle of another car to send them far away. Just not in the mood to capitalize, it seems, for the offense.
You say not enough power. He saved it for the clear because, oh my goodness, I still don't know if they've landed. But Loonster and NMT trying to find something here. This Terramania up, trying to find it off the back where he's setting himself up. He's climbing the ladder, coming back down, but can't find the shot on from Dreadful Monkeys. There it is. 1-0 here for the Miners.
This is a very confusing defensive play. Both defenders jumping very early before they could get themselves in a viable location to defend against a shot like that. Certainly something incredibly strange and uncharacteristic of this Peacock squad. Hopefully that one straightens itself out as a Steromania is on their way back. Loonster, quick shot, great recognition to see that they could get the beat and put this one in for 2-0.
A little bit of an issue there, rotating back. That's all three cars there for NMT, all on that same side. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Sifting through the traffic, finding the way to get there, and that near post just wide open. Loonster collects.
Was beautiful, I must say. Hysteromania backflipping their way out of that play for the defense. Flick over top. Corrupster was there. Shot
Still
on
on.
Hystero. Very, very awkward. Jumping early, playing antsy, and that's one goal for the opposition.
Well, there it was. Both NMT defenders coming across, leaving Hysteromania on the lonely island in front of the net. And you have to make that save if you're last man back. Unfortunately, that card just a little bit too small in the air. Tenpin and company collect, cutting into this lead, Grant, but still it's a 1-goal lead for New Mexico Tech.
Tenpin taking it out to the corner. Loonster with the stop. One more up high. Hysteromania. Corner bounce up high to the ceiling. This is where some can thrive. Just nobody home for the return. Florence with a miss. Tenpin. Great patience to wait that one out. See where it was going to go. Hysteromania finding their way into Tenpin. Corrupster around the corner. Dreadful Monkey. Oh, ran into Tenpin once more. Still clearing it away. Popping it up for Loonster. That's a lot of boost waste for the defense and a lot they're going to have to recollect off the pennies from the ground. Hystero out to the sidewall. Tenpin for the third time trying to find a breakthrough. Got the fourth touch. Corrupster off the back wall. Tenpin can't get there this time. It's Clarence all alone. They got to be careful. Luckily that was a miss, but Dreadful's there for the rebound. Looking for the back wall pass. Got it. Popped up high. Loonster's too far away, and it's a free ball for Corrupster, allowing more time for Peacock Esports to get one more goal to tie us up with 60 seconds to go.
Well, now, trying to find anything here is Peacock Esports. NMT striking there. The demo coming through from Bustero. Dreadful Monkey's up. He's got the soft touch off the backboard. Coming back down. Loonster sifting through the traffic once again, Grant. That Batmobile tumbling its way to find another one.
Well, we're starting to see the defense fall apart a little bit, and I don't blame it, but that demo is going to create some panic and a mechanical mistake. It's going to let Tenpin miss that and let one slip by. I'm sure New Mexico Tech fans are happy about that one because it means that we could be looking one step closer at a tied series, one apiece. Loonster would like to officially put in the dagger because this pinch is quick and not looking too good. In fact, grim as Peacock Esports pushing on the net, peppering with shots. Krupster needs to make this run around. Hystero got it over them. Loonster over Clorence. Tenpin, the last man in defense, looking for that dagger. Luckily, the shot came off.
Oh, what a
with
redirect.
Great clear. Indeed, it was. Tenpin picking it up to the backboard. Clorence doesn't want to go up for it. Waited out the touch. Everybody up for the defense of NMT. And I mean, rightfully so. That's something you can do when you're 2 goals up in a game. And knowing that you're securing it, it's on to the next one. And what can you do to strategize to keep something like this alive?
Well, you just want to keep finding pressure, keep finding ways, and it's another game with 10 shots here, Grant. Put 5 on Loonster, 5 on Monkey, and let's be honest, the Staromania only has 2 assists, but he had so many passes that set up his teammates to find opportunities. That opens the door here for NMT, and that was a big reason why they were allowed that pressure. Peacock, only 3 shots. They were hemmed in for a while. They got kept out of the boost, kept out of the other opponent's in, so they want to find a way to break out of their own half, be it passes to clears or getting those long arcing clears and chasing it.
For sure, and I think it's a lot of using that field space, not always trying to clear to the wall. That's something that can happen so easily when you're in a panic. You're like, oh yeah, the wall can create some passing opportunities, but
Yep. To the other team as well.
sometimes, exactly my point, Foof. Sometimes to the other team, and it just don't look pretty. It don't get pretty. It is ugly, and you never want to see it. Not here, not now. Series all knotted up 1-1. Like I said, from the very beginning, was looking forward to this one because it had the potential to be a close series, something similar to the last one that we saw. Maybe the stakes not
Very
as
much
high,
so.
but still, the excitement levels about the same. We're going to game 3. Spanish kickoff. What is that? Loonster already waiting on the sidewall. Went for the mid boost instead. I don't know what kind of strat that was, but it might apparently be working, although now the attack is over. And it didn't quite work out. Looking really awkward on the defensive rotations. I'm still trying to figure out
What is a rotation?
Loonster. That's the question. I don't know. Loonster's not answering it in a very orthodox way for me right now, Foof.
I'll be honest, rotating is just driving in circles. They're just making really, really obscure circles, Grant. But right now, Peacock in control on the offensive end, but Dreadful Monkey answering the call. Now he's a one-on-one. That's such a hard place to be for the last defender. That time it won't hit the crossbar. It drops in. Dreadful Monkeys goes the distance. It's a 1-goal lead.
It was all a part of the master plan to make the opposition as confused as possible and question what you were doing. And I don't know what the third step is here. I don't know. I don't. What was that? I couldn't answer that. Oh, okay. Return to monkey. I mean, that's about as good as it's gonna get. I was really hoping that would go in. I was really hoping so I could question this further and actually start to look out for it. It's a very weird playstyle that has been adopted by New Mexico, but it's working. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. Loonster in a one-on-one here. Tenpin unable to do too much there. Not really the resources that he wanted. Lawrence doesn't like that touch. Loonster now given a lot of airspace, trying to find the double here. Oh, he can't get there, but the ball's still there. Lawrence in control. Loonster answers that one right in front of his teammate, giving Monkey time to rotate back. Another big 50. Krupster just trying to collect this one and keep the pressure on. He's got a shot, but he pushed it just a hair to the left.
Krupster with the back pass. Tenpin wasn't quite ready for it. Bouncing up high. Hystero out of the play. Big flicks from the GTR. Had the potential, just rushed it, and really needed to because the boost management was so low at that point. Loonster getting blocked by Krupster. Hystero finding the backboard. Tenpin up and carrying it nice and slow. They had space, but Loonster wasn't letting it happen. Clarence got it past the defense. Loonster deep back into their own half, picking up boost along the way. And I love the spacing we're seeing from New Mexico. That looks really good on a defense, and especially as they look to transition into offense. But I think Hysteromania is trying to read the ball a little too early. These aerial whiffs are not going to look good in the future if Peacock Esports are able to do something about it upon recognition.
Well, now the ball back at midfield. Loonster doesn't like that well, so Hystero tries to find that one. Loonster pass back down to Monkey. Monkey gets sent. See you later, fella. Loonster throwing it into the corner, trying to give his teammates time here. New Mexico Tech on the attack once again. Up and climbing.
Oh,
there's the
Lord.
Monkey. There's the goal. It's a 2-goal lead here for the Miners.
Return to sender or return to monkey? Boo.
Go ahead. Let's get it in the chat. You already see it. The Monkeys are out. It's a big-time goal again. A pair. This one coming off an assist. A beautiful setup. Once again, putting it high, making it such a hard ball to defend. Krupster and company, they need to create something offense here because they are getting hemmed in. That's not what you want to see. Tinpin throws it across his own net, finding Krupster on that far side.
I knew you secretly wanted to cover that, so I just wanted to give you the monkey call there. So I'm really glad I got to hear it. But now we get a Hysteromania call for New Mexico Tech. You're undoing your teammates' work there, and Krupster's like, I can't read this. Hysteromania putting it top shelf, and it's there to stay. 3-0 now, as New Mexico are looking to go up in the series 2-1.
Well, right now, Peacock, whatever they had going on in Game 1 that let them feel themselves get that Game 1 win, it's gone. Offensively, they've shut down. Defensively, I mean, yeah, they've shut down. That's 0 shots. That's only 1 save. That's another goal going in for Loonster. They have to find something to hold on to quickly.
Ghost touch. I just wanted to make sure I got that in there. That assist goes to Dreadful Monkey when really it was technically a self-pass from Loonster to themselves, but Dreadful got the ghost touch. That was pretty impressive, I've got to say. I kind of wish it would have just found its way in, but Loonster wanted all the glory for themselves. As a freshman coming onto a new roster, I mean, come on. You got to make a name for yourself. When you're on stream especially, you got to give the world the best showing, although they're going to miss there. It's looking a little awkward. Hysteromania with a double fake. Can't get by the third, thank God. Tenpin saved them from massive humiliation there.
Oh, Loon putting the pressure pack on still. Tenpin with a long clutch. He's got Krupster in the very good catbird seat. He can't find the redirect. Hysteromania able to get that one out. Dreadful Monkeys on the attack once again, but can't find the touch. Loonster throwing it into the corner. Just 60 seconds left, Grant, and right now NMT cruising with a 4-goal lead.
50 to go. I think this one is safe to say it is in New Mexico Tech's hands, and I don't think I'm gonna jinx it either. Can I just keep like building up the curse to see if it happens? Like, is that a thing to do, or is it because it's intentional that it's not gonna happen?
Yeah, it's intentional. It doesn't work. But right now, Krupster intentionally giving a lot of space there. I mean, the defense folding uncharacteristically. Hysterio caught out in the corner, can't find the touch. Krupster has the angle and has the goal.
Are you sure about that? This is 1 goal. I'm
gonna say maybe.
Okay, yeah, I like that. It's a kind of a nice in between.
Blame Brand.
It's very. Wait a minute, hold on. No, I don't like that idea. Hysteromania would like a word with you. Tenpin also might, because if that's it, oh, it's not. So heartbreaking. I really wanted that to go in. Again, we're rooting for the storylines here. Just saying, would have been cool. But I think New Mexico Tech fans are very happy that one didn't go in, and they get to live to see another day. And in fact, they'll get to see another game up 1 in the series, putting the opposition of Peacock Esports. Come on! Goodness gracious, Peacock will be going down 1 and set to match point. Tenpin wants a consolation goal. Hystero might give it to him, but post accuracy bad. Cringe. That's where we're going there. I'm totally playing. Okay. It was an own goal. It was an own goal. It was an attempt at least, and it didn't happen. I wanted to see it. You know, a little bit of extra flair on the end of a series or on the end of a game.
Serious? We still got 1 more.
Would have been great. Would have been great. We do got 1 more, Foof.
At least. Well, it's important here. NMT, they want to continue the pressure. That's 9 shots for them. Unfortunately, they don't hit the 10, but Everyone has three. They found opportunities for themselves and they made themselves felt. Like they had to be pushed in. They made Peacock stay at home. They made them get boost. They made them stick. 10-pin Crupster broke out right at the end, and that was huge, but they need to do that earlier.
They did need to do it a little bit earlier. Peacock were looking good in game one. Not sure what changed. I don't know if it's really a Peacock issue. It could be because you see a lot of Hysteromania misses in the air, and that's something a little bit concerning, and it's been happening for a little while.
Yep.
And I'm kind of wondering. But I guess we're gonna answer that a little bit later because they have requested a bit of a break. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess if you got to go to the bathroom mid-series, gotta go. So I don't know if it's actually a bathroom break. I don't know if it's actually a bathroom break though. I think they just want maybe they're using a bathroom timeout strategically to strategize. I think that's what's going on. It's not a real bathroom break. That's my prediction, Foof. All right. I think this is a time for Peacock Esports to reset. It's a nice time to blow the whistle and call it off for a minute. But we are going to head to that short intermission, and we'll be back when we are ready to go. So don't go anywhere. Just a few minutes. It was definitely a 5-minute break.
About to say, that's a fast 5 minutes.
It was, time flies when you're having fun, right, Foof?
Well, I'm ready to have even more fun here. Teams are ready. We're to get them loaded up, folks. NEMT trying to finish it here. Peacock Esports wanting to answer the call. They've gone down a pair of games and now are at match point. Now, there has been a little bit of a swap. Loonster out. Durfenschmerz is in. So, NMT playing the whole bench today.
A freshman for a freshman trade. In fact, the only two freshmen on the team of New Mexico Tech, but it's great to see that Durfenschmerz will get an opportunity to show what they've got to offer in the table. For now, this could be the last game of the series if New Mexico Tech are able to close it out here, but a fierce, vengeance-filled Peacock roster is looking to change the story, looking to flip the script. The demo on the back end and an early commit is going to force this one out and allow Dreadful Monkey to put in the first.
It's almost like we've seen this one before. Dreadful Monkey in the backhand corner, gets control of the ball right at about midfield, and there's no one to collapse, and Monkey mode has happened again, and it's 1-0.
Tenpin really needed to rotate back on that play, but instead wanted to get involved on a ball side rotation. Following the play back, you can't outrun the player and the ball if they're going supersonic, and that's exactly what was happening. So they need to really focus down on that and make those full transitions. They're cutting off their teammates now, and this might not be looking good. I'm not sure what's going on, but you needed to take that break to reset, not to change anything. It's time to calm down and refocus on getting this game back, and it's only going to come from team chemistry with team trust.
Well, now Tenpin stuck on his own back half. He's in control. Staromania gets the demo. Goodbye, players. The ball continues rolling. Dreadful Monkey not able to get that one. Derfenschmerz rotating back, trying to back his teammate up. Tenpin looking for that long touch. It's off the backboard. Krupster with the weight room touch, forcing it past the defender.
And this 5-goal deadlock period finally comes to an end. It evaporates. It's gone. It's dusted. It's over. They're tied up in game 4 with a phenomenal, destructive 50 from Krupster. Now they just need to find a lead, but it's been so long since they felt that glory of scoring a goal. Derfenschmerz sending it out to the sidewall. Krupster up low boost to work with. That's not going to be too productive. Just 2 touches, the same position. Krupster, right wall, picking it up off the lift. The carry, unsuccessful for now. Again, Tenpin getting interrupted or making the interruptions happen. You got to calm down. You need to trust, or there are going to be catastrophic consequences.
Well, Derfenschmerz back in control. He's got to be careful as Tenpin is there. That's technically a shot if he's not careful. The Staromania in control, has it off the sidewall. In MT looking up something here. Clarence, an unfavorable touch to say the least. Krupster going the wrong way. Ooh. I'll be honest, that was an interesting turn of events there, and, you know, the ball has found its way back into this corner, and, you know, it just didn't happen, I guess.
It's strange. These rotations for Peacock Esports, especially on the defense, are not looking too hot. They're looking very sketchy. I would imagine they get away with a lucky offensive attempt, if anything, but it's anything but luck on there. Krupster had to make a very, very difficult clear around the back end, now carrying it wide. If you are a New Mexico fan watching, you are heavily favored right now with this lack of trust that Peacock Esports are finding themselves in the pickle of. Look at that double commit. Tenpin forced all alone. Looking a little confusing at the moment.
I don't know what's going on. Somehow they've done it again. There are 2 blue cars on this ball, but it's still on the offensive side. Staromania in control. He's finding a soft touch down. Krupster able to finally answer something there and get an offensive pressure on. He's got a lot of time here. He needs to find a touch. That one won't fall in. The Staromania coming in on the back side to just clear that ball out. And somehow, Grant, it is still 1-1.
Somehow, still very, very interesting gameplay that we are watching unfold before our eyes. Dreadful Monkey clearing that long. Krupster with a stop. Derfenschmerz going the long way. Finds a connection. Free open net if they can get there quick enough. Tenpin with a block out. Krupster also wanted a piece of it. Still wants a piece of it. You got to back off your teammate there. I don't care if you got more boost. That is going to free up an open opportunity. Thank goodness Tenpin was able to clean that up in the end, but things are looking dirty. They're looking messy for Peacock Esports. Any moment now, one good attack is all it's going to take for New Mexico Tech to pull in this lead. Although a bump almost snuck that one in. Something lucky's got to give here. Counting your lucky stars right now are Peacock Esports. Derfenschmerz cleared it off the post. 30 seconds to go as Dreadful with another attack. I've never seen ice as thin as this for both defenses. Derfenschmerz again clearing it away from the danger zone.
The old adage is bend but don't break. I'll be dang if both of these defenses aren't pretzels by now. I mean, somehow there is still no goal scored. Tenpin trying to find it here. Krupster denied by Derfenschmerz. A heroic dive to keep that one away. Now 1 second remains. Clock at zeros. Ball will fall down, and it's game 4 overtime. Deadlocked 1-1 golden goal territory.
Oh boy. walking on thin ice right now. Both of these teams, one mistake is all it's going to take. And I assure you of it. Oh my goodness. How does Dreadful Monkey get back in time? Literally down to their last flip. And they were able to block away a save. Clarence sending it up. Krupster, good speed to meet it along the way.
Still there.
In the balance. Oh boy. Getting dicier as time continues to tick on. Derpenschmerz is going to be back for this one. Clearing it for the time being. Couldn't see the defender coming overhead. Hysteromania taking their turn at it. Clarence couldn't get there. Past to midfield. No one really well positioned for it. And we're not even a minute into overtime, and I just cannot explain how thin the tension is. I just don't know the analogies for it at the moment. But a minute gone now.
I'll be honest, Grant. I don't know if you've looked at the scoreboard. I don't know if you've looked at the scoreboard recently. 10-pin, though, trying to sneak that one past, and I just saw a stat line that shocked me, and we'll talk about that later. But right now, both of these teams are just swinging back and forth. Derpenschmerz in control for now. That's a long arcing clear going towards the corner. Krupster trying to find it. That's a shot on for Derpenschmerz, but he can't get there.
No.
Dreadful Monkey denied by the post. Somehow NMT, when they're winning, they can't find that one. Derpenschmerz in control once again. That set up the attack, so he's setting them back up again, maybe trying to find it to knock it down this time.
You don't have to rip that shot if you're New Mexico. You can kind of wait it out, putting it back in there. You know it's going to be an ineffective shot, so just slow it down. Take your time on those. Recognize when you're not going to be able to fire a shot on. And again, take your time. Hystero to midfield. Krupster almost put that in. If not them, off of Hysteromania. The transition flipped back the other way as Peacock looking to make their push in off a loose ball that they just cleared, and they have the opportunity now. Clarence sent it backwards, though. This is unproductive. It's going back towards the other way. Krupster doesn't know what they're looking for, nor do we. Doofenshmirtz clearing away and is back off the side wall. 10-pin chasing it down and sent hacking. Dreadful Monkey looking for this next attack. Again, the tension, I figured it out. It's so thin you could cut it with a knife. I think that's the analogy. It's the best way I've got to put it. Derpenschmerz clearing long, and we are half a game of Rocket League into overtime.
Well, I mean, somehow, some way, someone has to make a mistake. They have to break here. It's now Derpenschmerz puts the pressure back on, and that has been the really kickstarter for them. They put the pressure on NMT, looks for a couple shots, and then can't find it, and they get pushed back to their own end. So maybe Hysteromania can get something going. The demo comes through. That's a 2-on-2 if they're not careful. Clarence in danger here, but a double commit from NMT will slow this offensive attack down. The clear could be huge here, but a bump comes through. Hysteromania trying to find a double to put it away. The soft touchdown, the kiss of death, as that's a beautiful touch.
And it is good night. See you later. An uncontested backboard is free real estate for New Mexico Tech as they take down Peacock Esports. Another incredible series, though it didn't go all 5 games. It went 4 just like the last one. Pretty much 1-goal games. And Foof, I know you saw a stat that you'd like to talk about, and if you remember, I'd love to hear about it.
I just want to say the score, usually the score lines don't really tell the game, especially the score column in Rocket League. I'm just going to say there was a small discrepancy on a couple of players, and that's something you hate to see. But, you know, Peacock still put on a good show. They came out and put a lot of things out. NMT, I mean, let's be honest, their Twitch chat, they're popping off. They know they answered the call, and I'll be honest, it was a fun show to watch from both of these squads.
It certainly was, and I'm not sure if we've got one more series. I believe there is. If there wasn't, and now there is, but there is, consider it a bonus. That one's going to come up pretty shortly after this. New Mexico, congratulations on an impressive win and a phenomenal show that you put on for us. Obviously, both teams have some things to work on heading into next week, and I can't wait to see what they're able to do. But Foof, I am out. I've done 4 series today, and my marathon ends here. But hey, I think you're sticking around, so guys, come on.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Look at this guy. Hey, look at this pretty face over here. I mean, can you really be upset at that? You got to stick around just for that. If not for the game, for that. Look at this man. He's beautiful. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. I am gone.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to NECC Action. It's still week 5. I'm still Foof. This time I'm joined in the booth by my very good friend, Lars Newt. Lars, very interesting matchup here to finish this up tonight.
Yeah, this will be one that could have playoff implications for at least
Mm-hmm.
one team because it being week 5, it's later in the season, and if they don't pick up some wins here, then it could spell the end of any mathematical possibility of getting into the playoffs if it hasn't already. CS
Yeah.
UDH Cardinals 0-4 currently at the bottom of Emergent Cyan versus Boise State Orange 3-1, and I believe you were saying in the intermission that one came on the back of a forfeit. So this for Boise State, they're sitting number 5. They're fairly solidly in playoff contention. Getting a little bit better positioning would be good for them, but this is really kind of do or die territory for CSUDH.
You know, it's just trying to grasping at straws, I'll be honest, just trying to find anything that works for them. And it seems like in recent weeks, that's what they've been trying. And so I'm hoping they'll find some things here. I think what you have to do if you're Cardinal is you have to come out and you have to do the basics right. You have to rotate well. You have to find your teammates. You need to find those long clears and set yourself up off of the backboard.
Yeah, the good news here is they've got 2 games already under their belt that they've actually won. I know we've cast before, and I'm looking at the sheets here, and it's not very common here, in NECC to have teams that have gone 0 and whatever. But when you see those teams coming into a matchup, you're like, man, they just need to get a win in the season, period. They have taken games off of teams. That is a good sign. It means they do have that ability to win, but it's going to be a tough uphill battle to get an entire series win against Boise State here.
I mean, it's always challenging when you have the Broncos coming on. You know, Boise always brings a team, and they always bring a crowd with them. So excited to see things kicked off here. See Suda's side, you got BB Mac, you got Ganbear, and Minty Fresh. BSU bringing in Array, Milk, and I think that's Takidu. So an interesting lineup here. I thought we were going to see Circuit, but it doesn't matter. Array starting off early, trying to get that pressure on here for BSU.
A little bit quick back and forth right off the bat. Neither team really has great control right off the bat, but it's pretty typical for the very start of game number 1. Both teams just kind of feel each other out, trying to see where the holes are in the defense and what they can kind of probe and push.
Well, a quick answer here is the ball back on Cardinals' side. Minty Fresh on the backboard here, trying to find something. That's a clear, but right to Array. BB Mac has to do the rest of the wear there. Is now that quick touch out means Boise State back on their own half, back in control, and kind of a true resetter here, Lars. Wait, that's 2 cars from the sidewall there. Spider-Man antics going on, and now a mad dash towards his orange goal.
Ooh, it's a big dunk. Array with an opportunity to set up Takidu, who finds just north of the corner and can't put it home, but Milk will instead. It's a great pressure out of BSU, and it's a great start to this series.
Well, Takidu did a good job setting him up. Array coming in trying to find that one, but Milk sifting through all the traffic just finds that one, and just the nice soft touch to tuck it away. Interesting kickoff there as BB Mac in control. The ball bouncing off the ceiling. Array ready to... No, an interesting... Wait, that's a team bump there as Taki's just given free real estate again. The ball rolling on. An interesting play there as Array puts that one on. It's 2-0 here for BSU.
It wasn't the worst idea on the side of the Cardinals trying to get the pinch off the wall here to clear this aggressively. Unfortunately, it's going to be a team pinch and not a pinch off the wall, which sends that one straight out into the slot. It's a relatively easy finish for Array to clean up.
I'll be honest, it's not a good idea to give players like Array and Circuit opportunities like that because they will convert them almost 10 times out of 10, and that's what you see from BSU. Milk now off the ceiling, trying to find a touch there. Tacky denied by BB Mac. BB Mac trying to find some offense here. Array now beating BB Mac, given the free goal, and that's a quick goal answer.
The lead cut in half in favor of the Cardinals. It's a good return as Milk tries to back pass, but unfortunately they get a little bit more pop than they were expecting, and BB Mac bringing good pressure downfield. That's what you need to see out of these teams, is for them to always be challenging that ball, always be bringing pressure. I've said it a million times. In threes, you always have to have a player on the ball, a player rotating into position to support, and a player, I don't know, grabbing boost or setting up for where they need to be to support whatever kind of play is going on. But always, always, always have to have a player challenging that ball.
Milk with that long arcing clear, trying to rush it on Minty. Can't get that one either. Milk with a double touchdown. He sets his teammate up. Tacky can't find it. Array playing the cleanup role here, but can't get it on. That's 3 shots and 3 bars, but Array puts it back on, and this time, perfect connection as that goal is in, and it's 3 goals for BSU.
Cardinal looked like they were about to get away with something here as the woodwork absolutely hammered by BSU. A little bit of disarray in the clear attempt allows Array to finish that one off on what was the 4th shot in that sequence. Got to get that ball clear of the shooting lane. You can't allow a team, especially in this kind of scenario, to take shot after shot after shot.
Oh.
There's a Tacky putting one under.
Well, Tag with a big-time win underneath, because usually you think that ball's going to bounce back up, and this time the Tumbler sneaking it underneath. A card you think of Power has the finesse on that one, Lars.
I'd like to see one of those players stay low and be able to clear that one away. Have a player stay home, stay low, have a player go high and try to pre-jump like you saw and really cut away all of the options for Tacky. Unfortunately, Cardinal caught on the back foot just over 2 minutes in, and currently down by 3 to BSU with an opportunity over the top. Might want waterfall down. BB really hoping it would, but unfortunately, looks like BSU will get a clear.
Ball back on this half. Boise State in attack once again. Milk not able to get here, so now it's up to... Okay, that name trips me up a ton of times. You need to look at the pronunciation one more time. It's Gone Beret. Gone Beret with the touch here. So ball bouncing back. Milk able to push it up. Boise State still attacking. Tacky off the corner. Ball bouncing there. There's no one to clear it. BB Mac kind of has to just circle the wagons and get that out of a dangerous spot.
A clear with purpose out of Cardinal. I like to see that. They're sending the player up. They've got to pass upfield to go try to make a breakout. But unfortunately, they can't find that last little bit. There it is, however. Gumbaret is going to find a way to cut that lead in half again, but they got to find a way to stop going 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
You know what? They've cut the lead in half again, Lars. It's rare you do that twice in a game. So now they're only down a pair of goals, and they've scored a pair. So, you know, technically doable.
Well, just like their game total, we've seen that they can be effective. They can find ways to make their opponents bleed. They just can't do it consistently enough over top of their opponents yet. So far this season to walk away with a series victory. An opportunity to try to turn that one around here as Gambare sends that one deep down into BSU territory. And we're starting to see a good, consistent attack with good contained at the midfield out of Cardinal.
The ball bouncing back here. Minty Fresh looking for Gonbare. Gonbare's there, but it's just a bit late, so it ends up pushing it into the corner. Milk now on the sidewall there. Minty Fresh looking for Gonbare again, and I'm starting to see a little bit of a favorable target here for this Sisu to the side. They are trying to get Gonbare going early, and another shot coming off of his car. Milk now trying to respond in kind. The ball bouncing up. The Broncos looking for something here, but Minty denies that one.
Well, they deny, but it's right down into the waiting arms of Milk. And we're seeing BSU attempt to set up an offensive pressure of their own, but they've honestly been a little bit less successful than Cardinal. Cardinal just doesn't have that last touch to score. BSU a little more effective in the transition.
Ball bouncing down at midfield. Array still in control. That was so many contests, but still, that Dominus just in control of the car. The flip reset, collecting it there, trying to find Milk in transition. Now it's a one-on-one. BB Mac able to stand tall at the goal line. But this attack is not over. It is relentless. The soft touch from Milk. You got to be kidding me. Taki unable to catch that one up, but I thought they were going to sneak that one through.
What's incredible is Cardinals' ability to cycle through and pull that one off the goal line. That thing looked dead to rights in the back of their net, but they stand tall in the defensive end. But unfortunately, they can't get it clear. Brick wall in the goal, perhaps, but brick walls don't move very fast upfield. Now finally getting this one clear. Gambare. Few seconds left on the clock. I'd love to see them pick up at least one more. That's a great pass to center. They don't quite find the connection. Good look out of Cardinal, but I fear not enough time left on the clock to pull this one back.
I'll be honest, Lars. I'd be terrified if I saw a brick wall going very quickly, because that would be a little bit worrying in my opinion, because I don't know where the brick wall is going and what it's running from. But right now, Boise State with a 2-goal win here in game number 1. They came out, put a very quick start on, but Cardinal would not be turned away. They found answers. They kept the pressure on, and they made it tight for Boise State.
Yeah, it's a fair point. There's no good circumstance that you see brick walls moving fast. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not good. But Cardinal, a lot of things to be excited here, particularly in the offensive end. They had so many good passing opportunities across the front of the net. They had a good contain at the midfield. They did a great job of stepping up and getting in the face of BSU, of preventing them from being able to clear the ball the way they wanted to, and really bringing that midfield pressure with a good cycle through the offensive end. The back end of those passes failed to connect. And it wasn't that they took shots and missed the net or got blocked. They just failed to connect with the pass in general. So when you see them tighten that up, they could be very dangerous in the offensive end.
Also, don't try to breathe when drinking water, Lars. That's what I did, and it did not work for me at all. I'm still recovering, but, you know, right now recovering is Cardinal. They need to find a way, Sisuda. They want to find more chances. They've had opportunities, folks. They had goals. They cut the lead in. They made it close, but they need to close out on that defensive end. You saw it. You talked about it. That long arcing clear that set them up in the attack. They need to do more of that and slow down the attack from BSU.
Well, game number 2. Players on the field ready to put 5 minutes on the clock and get underway. Let's see if Cardinal can turn this one around or BSU can continue their very winning record so far this season.
Well, wanting to do just that. Minty Fresh throwing it high, though. He's going to try to answer it. The double from Minty to start him off. Excuse me. Flip the script and get a quick goal.
Wow, that's a beautiful catch, and honestly aided a little bit there by that BSU player, kind of forcing the ball down on top of their car, but then excellent control on the back end of it and a beautiful flick to the far corner with that secure finish by going up after, but I believe that was going to be going in regardless. That's the start we need to see out of Cardinal. Look at the answer back as BSU. Tacky Doo looking to put another one on, but Minty Fresh really showing up here so far. The only 20 seconds gone, and Minty Fresh has already been popping off.
Well, the ball's still there. Milk was the little flash fake, and Milk comes with a shot. Now Ray, one of his own, but they're just pelting this backboard right now. Milk looking for Tacky. Tacky's up. That big old body putting it on, but Minty Fresh does it all. He's got the goal, he's got the saves, and he's keeping his team up by 1.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Fook, but the tumbler is an octane hitbox, is it not?
I have no idea.
Good talk. I'm glad we were able to establish this one. Here's good pressure out of Cardinal. I think they have 3 different hitboxes for the 3 different Batmobiles, but I could be wrong. What do I know? It's rare they come up since they've been out for a while. BB Mac with a shot on net and a failed turn away, but Gombre can't find a way to finish it off. And we will continue to see the tenuous 1-goal lead for Cardinal. A beautiful opportunity to extend that to 2. They just, again, it's that last haunting touch that Cardinal struggles to find.
Well, it's an interesting time there. And yes, it is Octane. We have it confirmed, but wait. Beret? We'll just say Milk put it on, but...
Minty Fresh, not quite the level of control we saw right off the bat. And Gon Beret looking to very calm, cool, collected catch and turn that one away. Unfortunately, probably not the time and place. I like to see them looking for that control, though, all too often, especially around this kind of emergence division level. It's a lot of... hey, see ball as hard as I can. So knowing that these players have that mental awareness and that collectiveness to say, okay, I've got a little bit of space. I'm going to try to control this and really make a play that matters and not just blindly throw this downfield.
But Lars, that's my favorite way to play Rocket League, see ball, hit ball. But Minty Fresh with a beautiful redirect, putting that off of the top of that Finnick. BB Mac in control, Array waiting in the corner, and does just that. Him and Milk trying to set up an attack here, but they're just attacking each other. Nothing very friendly about that fire. There is just a brawl going on at midfield, and I think both sides agree for a ceasefire, but it's still BSU's ball, still BSU's pressure, still Milk getting another goal.
I think the famous quote is, there's no such thing as friendly fire. And this fire not friendly to Cardinal. Tacky Doo off the crossbar and Milk with a great read off that bounce. And that's what's really impressive here. I mean, the difference between that ball coming out or going down or just going in off that crossbar is pixels. Pixels. It's almost impossible to read with just the way the angles work. But Milk has it read like a book. I can see there at that collegiate reading level. It's much better than my pre-K. Watching these bounces come off the wall. I got to sound out every letter of that ball until it hits the ground.
I gotta say, I love that. That is beautiful. Caster math and caster reading coming to you, voiced by ours truly, Lars Newt. Gonna put you to your best and favorite novels, The Hungry Caterpillar, and more. But Array putting a long shot on. It's gonna bounce out. Now Beret and Fresh not able to get that one. Tacky trying to find a teammate in Array. The pressure still on. Minty able to push that one away.
Good pressure out of Boise. Minty Fresh. Again, Minty Fresh has really impressed me so far here in game number 2. But it's that lack of cohesion in Cardinal. And it's not that they're not in the right place. They're not looking for the right things. It's just that last connection that it's just missing. And it's almost strange to me because they're in the right position. They get good contact elsewhere on the field. But as soon as it's a pass across BSU's net, all of a sudden everything kind of falls apart.
Yep, and Array's just collecting that one. There's just way too much time for Milk on the back wall there. Array ready, no pressure in midfield, literally just kind of teeing that one up, and it's a quick goal.
BSU clearly does not have that same problem. And when they get that opportunity across the front of the net, they are throwing it on. Cardinals done a good job of standing up to that and soaking up some of that damage. But it's a numbers game at this point. If you allow BSU to have that many opportunities, sooner or later it will find the back of the net. Now coming up on the 90-second mark, we need to see Gombre with a dangles. Gets it past another, but Array, well positioned, will prevent that attack from finding home.
Gombre was trying to go the whole distance. Now ball back at midfield. Tacky 50'd hard by Beret. BB Mac is up as well, but he's got no beans. That's a dangerous place to be. Fresh has to collect it off of that one. Circling the wagons and protecting his team. Tacky do looking for Milk. Milk coming off that corner. Array playing slowly and patiently there. Lars doesn't want to force, knowing they have a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, that's good patience out of Array. They know Minty Fresh has already left the back wall. Oh, that was a dangerous look. Tacky do will finish. It's a great play out of BSU, and oh man, I really wanted to see this connection happen right here.
It was 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 2 setting up the bump for 1. That is team play at its finest, Lars.
Which I love, especially that little aspect of physicality at the end there. Gotta get that. Gotta get that physicality in Array, looking for another redirect upfield. It'll be Milk to throw it on at the end of the day, but again, we've seen where Cardinal could do a good job defending the net. They just have to spend too much time doing just that.
Well, at some point, if you just sit there and take shots and take pressure and take shots, you'll eventually give up goals, especially to a team like BSU. They need to find ways to break out, and it's a little bit of a broken record here at this point. And just get a little bit inventive, and Minty's done a good job of that. Has the goal, has had a ton of good clears, and a couple of good shots for them. They just need to create more opportunities for themselves.
Yeah, BSU has started to really lock down this repeat offense ability. We know that Cardinal can be effective once they get the ball downfield. And in game number 1, in the first half of game number 2, they did a really good job of, soaking up a little bit of damage out of BSU, turn the ball downfield, and put a little bit on themselves. And then again, it's that same broken record of that final connection being missing. But in the back half of that game, BSU was in absolute control. They had that ability to sit there and just hold that midfield and prevent any kind of clear upfield.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll be real. It's when you have, 12 shots to 4, it's really hard to come away with much of a win. And Cardinal doing a great job of, let's be honest, they're standing the test of all that BSU could throw. And the Broncos are coming. They're stampeding. They're putting pressure on. Shots are on. Backboard tested. The bumps. And they only gave up, 4? They are doing all that they can. They just have to get it, like you said, more offense for themselves.
Yeah, what's interesting to see is BSU has had some very pretty plays looking for the connection. Array going for 3 in a row, looking for those redirect opportunities. We've seen a couple of flip resets, a couple of ceiling shot attempts. None of those find the back of the net. It's that repeat pressure that BSU gets that is what is proving effective for them. And that's really to Cardinals' credit that they say, hey, you can throw this fancy high-flying stuff at us, and we could take that all day. The problem becomes that it is happening all day, and it's that last follow-through that breaks them down. Array off the back wall will prove just that.
And Milk just sets him up and allows Array to knock him down, collects the boost, gets the chip up, and Gray just try and do what he can, but there is nothing you can do when Array has that dominance just poised to strike.
This is a good lesson in what wins Rocket League seasons, tournaments, games, whatever you want to call it. And it's a little bit of a team interference there. And it's not the high-flying fancy mechanics, it's the basic consistent mechanics. And again, just to the point I was making earlier, the high-flying hasn't worked for BSU. The consistent pass, repeat attack, hit the back wall, get those follow-up reads, get good 50s, that kind of control, that is what's found success for BSU. So if you're looking to improve your game, that's what you need to focus on. You don't need the fancy flip reset mechanics. You just need to be able to make the read off the back wall. Gonberet will do just that.
I felt like Gonberet was listening to that little spiel there and was just checking off the list. Very simple. Good 50. Check. Backboard. Check. Got the read. Check. Got the goal. Check. Lars. Got the tie. Check.
Cardinal continues to be competitive through the first minute of game number 3.
Well, I was wondering when that one was going to come through. That tumbler's been looking for those, and Milk tries to answer it on another shot. BB Mac running back home. Tacky denied at the point of attack. Array putting the pressure on. That's all 3 orange cars collected in the same corner. They need to be careful here and not get hemmed in. That flick coming through, but a save! Gone Beret denying that one.
It was a team effort. It looked like they scooped that one off the back of, I believe it was BB Mac, maybe it was Minty Fresh. I'm not sure. Gone Beret will be credited with it regardless. And there's Minty Fresh. Starting to see the speed pick up on the side of Cardinal. A little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive. There's a good shot on, but there's BSU 3 deep on the goal line. That's going to be a tough team to beat.
Well, still deadlocked here at 1-1. BSU trying to put this series away. We're Gone Beret trying to answer the call. Milk in control, has that car just glued underneath the ball. BB Mac running all the way back. Array off the corner trying to find Taki, but no real sailing there as the back pass coming to fruition there. I don't know if that was intentional, but BSU will make it look that way with Milk putting the pressure back on.
We're seeing Cardinal connect these passes, and it's a great look. Gone Beret, not enough power to finish that off, but Cardinal is starting to look very, very threatening. BSU, if they want to close this in 3, need to find a way to shut that down, because where they could rely on Cardinal not making that final connection to put a shot on net, that is not the case anymore. Cardinal 4 shots in the first half of this game, where it took them the entirety of game number 2 to get just that many.
Well, CSUGH is doing a lot of right, but they can stand the test as another one goes awry. But now Minty Fresh now on the opposite end. BB Mac, I don't know if he intended to steal that, but there's no car on it here for Cardinal. Gone Beret needs to get a very big time save here to deny it. 2 players on, that's 3 cars in the corner. Array, you can't give him those angle, it's 2-1.
This is just the harsh reality that we have seen over and over again here tonight, is that repeat attack, that ability of BSU to hit the net, hit the back wall, and again, and do it again, and continue to batter that net and the frame around it until eventually they get their way and find the back of it. Now they have the lead yet again here in this series.
An interesting play here as Minty Fresh has it in front of his net. Now he's out at midfield. Array slow playing it and does just enough to get it with that dominus. Milk pushed under. Minty Fresh still on the catbird. See the ball bouncing back around. Gone Beret trying to 50 between 3 people, but there is too much defense. Defimo coming through, excuse me. BB Mac looking for something on that backside. Beret can't find the angle. BSU living dangerously as another car explodes.
Ooh, beautiful 50 out of BB Mac there. Love to see that. I mean, you know what I say, Foop. The single most important individual mechanic in Rocket League. Now, obviously, you can't win everything using just this mechanic, but if you do this better than anybody else on the field, you're going to walk away with victories. It's 50-50s.
Yep.
Gone Beret showing why there, because it allows you to challenge and control up the field. Oh, fortunately, here's a run back. BB Mac is able to get that one clear. Array throws it right down back in. Minty Fresh trying to clear upfield. Has another 50 win. The midfield 50s are going all Cardinal.
I want to know how you were able to build that up, and then it literally happens as you're about to say the thing, but it doesn't matter. Tacky do the long arcing just bomb from the front of that Batmobile.
Because I'm really good at what I do, Foop. And so is BSU showing dominance here through this series. But 2 goals, 54 seconds, still very doable, especially with some of the looks we've seen out of Cardinal. They've had some beautiful opportunities. Now they have to find the magic, dig deep, pull out that last little bit of sweat, blood, tears, whatever it is they need to pick up a win and stay alive here in this series.
Now the ball bouncing around. Milk, just awkward here, but he passes it back, a redirect, but I think that came off of Beret instead. BB Mac and Minty Fresh want to get something going here. 30 ticks left, Lars.
Oh my goodness.
Just send it, Lars. Sending it for the game right now. BSU and company still just standing tall. You saw those 50s have been huge for both sides, but BSU have had the favorable outcomes most of this series.
And with 15 seconds remaining on the clock, it looks like BSU will continue to find favorable outcomes. Up 2-0 so far in this series. This is do or die, as Gone Beret doesn't have the touch. That is the nail in the coffin, and no time left for the comeback. But a wonderful showing out of Cardinal. It just is going to find a very familiar end.
And they looked really good in spurts. They had a couple of opportunities where they had the long clears, put the pressure on. It's just like you said, getting those wires uncrossed, getting the hot wire done. They did a good job at the very beginning of this game. They were very much in it, but Boise showing why Boise does Boise things and why they were a hot competitor last year in the playoffs. Looking to do just that again. Array and company is cruising here to a 3-0 victory. As Milk trying to close this one out and does just that.
I would argue that Cardinal looked good throughout the entirety of game number 3. It was just those quick slip-ups, those little moments that allowed BSU to take advantage and walk away with a victory here in game number 3. I'd love to see Cardinal, if we had a longer season, have that time to develop and pick up victories and really kind of find themselves as a team. Unfortunately, this being week 5, dropping this 3-0 sweep, that I believe is probably going to eliminate that.
Makes it hard, at least.
Yeah.
It makes it very difficult, at least, if you're doing the brackets at home. It now becomes the CCDH Cardinal miracle run if they can get something going. But, I mean, it's business status quo here for Boise State Orange. They roll on with a very impressive 3-0. And I'll be honest, a very good show here to end us off.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to cast. It's always fun with you, Foof. Always fun. You can't have you're just too cute. Hold on. We got it. Boom,
no.
there it is.
Oh no.
But
oh no.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out and joining us here at NECC. It's late at night, and I know we've had a lot of fun here. It's been a long day, especially for Grant, who I believe said earlier he cast four back-to-back. What a showing. But if you haven't already, if you want to see more Rocket League action, go ahead and drop a follow here down at the bottom of the page.
There, I think.
That's going to let you know anytime. Make sure you turn on the alerts, too, anytime we go live, because we don't have just Rocket League, Valorant, Overwatch, all of the good stuff here at NECC. So make sure you check that out. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and take us out of here. Foof, thank you for joining me here in this last cast of the night. I have been Lars Newton. You guys have yourselves a wonderful evening.